Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. That means another AEW Dynamite live stream tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you click all those buttons. A crazy Dynamite ahead tonight. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. It's going to be a fun one. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. Happy to be back at it again. Happy to do another live stream as we got AEW Dynamite on tap tonight. An interesting one ahead. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, including Danielson versus Jeff Jarrett, and so much more here tonight. MJF, Kyle Fletcher, lots to talk about. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Click all the buttons. Make sure you give us a like and make sure you massage that algorithm just a little bit. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun here tonight. Looking forward to it. You got Hump Day in the book. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. Friday Junior tomorrow, and then the weekend is upon us. So once again, I hope you're all doing well. I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I'm looking forward to this one tonight. We will see what Tony Khan and company have in store for us tonight. We're about 11 minutes away from the start of the show, and a lot going on, a lot to talk about, lots of intrigue. Of course, everybody was talking about the Shane McMahon picture circulating. Did Mercedes really take it? Obviously, we let it leak for a reason, but lots of chatter, lots to talk about that. I'm sure people in the chat are going to want to talk about it tonight. What else is going on with Dynamite? What else is going on with AEW? The Lucha Bros are apparently on their way out, so we'll see if that is the case. If they are on the way to WWE, rumor is they're a package deal and they do not want to go to NXT. So I wonder if that's a factor. I wonder if that's just made up or if they actually do feel that way. But like I said, tonight, MJF, Kyle Fletcher, as MJF's getting ready for Ospreay at the end of the month for at All In to defend that title. We also got Jeff Jarrett. Again, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is going to be a special guest here tonight. So very interesting. We'll talk about that one as well. But I don't even quite know why Ricky the Dragon's going to be put into this. I mean, anybody have any theories on where this is going to go? But could Danielson be digging into something that is more heel-like, but that doesn't make sense? Then again, he is up against Swerve. Swerve's been a pretty good baby face, but Swerve flirts between both. So, yeah, I don't know. Lots of questions with this one. I'm not quite sure where it's all going to take it. But let me waste a little time as 10 minutes are on the clock. I will say hello to everybody out there. Joe's back with us. Ricky Steamboat is a legend. In fact, he is an absolute legend. We've seen him involved with AEW in the past. We see him involved again. I'm not sure why or how, but we'll see. I mean, again, always nice to have the legends around. Always nice for a little bit of nostalgia. What's up? What's up, Quadrarius? Good to see you. Damien, welcome back. The leader of the Hopium tribe. A lot of wrestlers going to have trouble making it to Dynamite. Flights have been canceled. Very interesting. I wonder if that will impact the show. I mean, I assume most or a lot of the wrestlers are pretty much in town prior to, but you would hope that they all made it there safely. But we'll see how it impacts the show tonight. After AEW Collision debut, a new show called Overdrive. Yeah, I saw this going around earlier today. Big Nick sent it over to me that TNT is going to be doing a show called Overdrive, and there will be people from AEW on it. That's as much as I know, Damien. Anybody else who has any information can fill me in on that. I'm all ears. I'm very curious. But yeah, again, does this mean does this help solidify the idea that they're going to negotiate a new deal. Is the new deal going to be worked out? Is this a good indication? We will see. We will see. Lots to figure out with this one here tonight. With that, more information to come for sure, Damien. Roddy, you're acknowledged. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nevsky, see to see that wrestlers are having trouble to make the show. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Again, I guess there are storms. You got to remember, I'm all the way in Canada. So yeah, no, I hope everyone out there is doing okay with that. I hope AEW is a good show tonight. Always. I hope it's good. I hope it's strong. Every week we start off Wednesdays, folks. We get in this chat, we start talking, and we are definitely always full of hope, optimism. We want good things for AEW from AEW, and looking forward to what tonight brings. What are some of the angles? Are we going to get more from Tony and Mariah May? Are we going to get more build towards All In? Will we get some more from the Elite? Anything from Shane McMahon? I doubt it. I doubt it. Double J versus Bryan Danielson is anything goes. Yes. So we fell into the lazy booking category. We made the match. Now it's anything goes. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what required a stipulation or a grudge match. You guys can let me know how you feel about it. But I don't know, Damien. Is it necessary that these two men are going to have an anything goes match? Wait, Double J was giving advice to Danielson that he respects him and wants him to win the title, but now he faces him in an anything goes match. Am I confused? Yeah, here's the thing. That's exactly how they set this up. It was weird. Danielson got mad, went back to Jeff and said, "You don't think I'm in?" Like, I guess part of the story is that Jeff was trying to give him like a rah-rah speech. Like, you can do it. You're strong. You're the Danielson we all love. You got this, but do you still have it? Or do you still have that drive? So this is Danielson's way to prove. It sounds like they're setting it up that Danielson's going to beat the living shit out of Jeff Jarrett. That's my take on this. Again, a little bit wonky writing. Not sure why, Danielson versus Swerve needs any side story involving Jeff Jarrett. We saw that Jeff Jarrett's friends like Jay Lethal and Sanjay aren't happy with Jeff's new babyface approach. I don't get it. I don't fully understand it, but we will see what they do with it. We really will. I bet Danielson versus Jeff Jarrett is the main event. That'd be interesting, Richard. Welcome back. Welcome back, by the way. Main event, I hope not. But, I mean, Danielson, Jeff is not going to be a bad match. It should be a decent match. The anything goes side of things throws me off. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. Roman, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yes. All right, yes. Did anyone else see WXW going to Triller TV post on Discord? I had not seen that, Bradley. Welcome back. Scott, welcome back as well. Big shout out to Big Nick. Big shout out to Anthony. Nick and Anthony will be back tomorrow night for the Dirt Sheet debate. Plus, we have a guest stopping by. Going to join in the debate as we take all the hot topics in wrestling and we mull them over. We talk about the pros, the cons, the ups, the downs. We're going to get into Roman Reigns. We're going to get into Bronson Reed. We're going to get into MJF. We're going to get into a lot of it tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. 8 p.m. live on the channel, folks. So make sure you're a part of that one. Whoop, whoop, Trip. Good to see you, Richard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm starting to think that Pac isn't going to isn't getting an international shot anymore. Do they hold it back? I mean, again, the way this has been laid out, we saw Darby get a number one contender, for the TNT title, and he's also the number one contender for the world title at Grand Slam. We've seen a lot of wires crossed and a lot of, I would say, messy booking, messy writing, messy construction of these storylines and how it's all going to play out. Pac was supposed to get a match. We haven't even talked about it. Now, my problem is if you give a Pac that match before All Out, we know he's losing. Do you save it for after? Does he get it at All In? It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this. I'm a big fan of Pac. His His run in AEW has been very stop and start, but I don't know, man. I really don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know how, all these contenders and number one contenders and eliminators are all going to fit together by the time it's all said and done. I really don't. I wish I had a better answer for that, but we'll find out. What's up, Kira? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, bro? KJ, was the summer so far? Summer's been good. Summer's been all right. You can never have enough summer in your life, but yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. It's been rolling. What's up, Dro? How you doing? How you doing? Lucha Bros to WWE. That's a big rumor. And again, I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I feel like Triple H is trying to build up the WWE tag team division. There's still rumors at MCMG and where they're going to end up and appear. So yeah, bringing in the Lucha Bros, whether it's NXT or main roster, I think they benefit from it huge. I think the Lucha Bros will be produced better. You have better spots, safer spots, more experience in putting together the type of matches the Lucha Bros want to pull off. So you get to do those high spots in a bit of a safer way, a more comfortable way. And I think it's going to be great. I think the Lucha Bros are untapped talent. Big fan of both of them for a long time. So to see them get an opportunity, I'm all for it. I think AEW should have given them a huge opportunity. It's like Santana and Ortiz. Like, whatever happened with them? Why did they never get a strong push, a strong chance, a strong opportunity to be a part of a very strong tag team division? And I'll ask everybody out there, what do you think of the current tag team division in AEW? Better yet, who is the tag team division in AEW? What are the teams? Who's vying for the title? FTR is kind of flirting with it. Private Party we see once in a while. Are the Iron Savages on the up and coming? We don't know. Not much of a tag team division, guys. I'm ready for Dynamite. Have you watched any Olympics? Bits and pieces, Jason. Not much of an Olympics fan. But yeah, there's a funny story in there. But yeah, I got caught staring at some synchronized swimming for a little bit. But shout out. I guess the Americans picked up silver on that one. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I was hoping Steamboat was going to be on Wrestling for Life, not AEW. The door is always open, Tony. Good to see you. And we welcome all wrestlers. We've challenged certain people like a Ryback and a Tony Khan and a Chris Jericho to come talk to us. But we just the small fries for now. So give us time. There'll come a day where they'll want to be on our show, not the other way around. AEW might suck at everything else, but at least when I watch it, it reminds me to take my meds. AD and AZ, how you doing, folks? As I am getting the warning to start off wrestling, and we are ready to roll. I will keep going on that chat as we open with MJF. Excalibur trying to spit out an intro, but he's not very good at it. Dear TK, if you would like that upgraded. Where is Sky Blue? Sky Blue, no gyms, is hurt. And here comes your American champion, decked out in red, white, and blue. The new attitude. And actually, I'm going to throw a poll up in the chat right now just to see how everyone's feeling about it. But do you like the... This is an eliminator match. That's bullshit. This is an eliminator. Why? Why can't you just have a match? So, I mean, how many number one contenders can you line up for the same titles? Dun, 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 dun. All right, see what you guys think about that. She's out with an injury. Yes, she is. So yeah, it was unfortunate to see her go down. But yeah, T's and P's to Sky Blue. As we go to Will Ospreay watching in the back, which I will give them credit. At least he's not watching sideways. And the big giant MJF American flag has dropped from the ceiling, if you guys haven't noticed that yet. So we're really digging into this. But here comes Ospreay's best friend, who's in the heel faction that Ospreay used to be in. And last time they were in the ring together, Ospreay beat Fletcher, but I guess they still have mutual respect. And here they are as Kyle Fletcher coming out to take on MJF. I'm here for the learning tree. Adam, why do you got to wake up and choose violence? Why do you got to poke me so soon? Mariah versus Viva Van. I'm a big fan of Viva Van, so we'll see. Again, you have women in your roster, in your stables right now that you could use instead of Viva Van. No offense to her, but I find it very interesting when we see these odd bookings because you do have talent. You talk all the time about trying to get your talent on TV. There they are. AEW has so many women on their roster. Why? Exactly. I should have read your whole comment, Richard, but my mind gets going. But yeah, exactly what I was thinking. I agree, right? Like we see Ishii come in. You see Minoru Suzuki, and no offense to them, but I don't give two flying. MJF rolls out, demands that Kyle Fletcher lock up like a real wrestler. I hate that this is an eliminator match. I will listen to any opinions about this, but anybody else think it's a little gratuitous, a little too much? As we already talked about, Pac is definitely, supposed to get a title shot. Well, Ospreay's getting a title shot. Kyle Fletcher wins tonight. He gets a title shot. Like, why not just a match? Why does it have to be an eliminator? It doesn't really change anything, but why? Eliminator matches suck. Fair enough. Good to see. I see Braden Furman. Remember, folks, we do have the super chat, super stickers. If you would like to stand out, make sure it's your way to guarantee I click on your comments. We got almost 125 people here with us right now. I want to see 150. So let's go. Be a friend, tell a friend, drop this link anywhere you talk about wrestling, and let's see how many people we can get in this chat tonight. As Kyle Fletcher with the slam, and out goes MJF. Ass hat learning tree is where it's at. Jesus. The asshole tree. He literally grows assholes. You can pick them. They're all yours. What's up, Dro? How you doing? I saw some other new names popping around. If I missed you, I apologize. But no, Jim's got you. Safid, welcome back. Roman, gotcha. Braden, got you. Mega, how you doing? Philip Brown, welcome back. Eric, I see you. Ronald, wait. For what? I don't want to wait. Oh, MJF hanging up Kyle Fletcher on the top rope and begins the mountain, throwing some fists. KJ, this is what makes wrestling fun with the free agent stuff. And did you see the TNA post for BFG Bound for Glory? Yes, saw it all. Excellent news for TNA and Bound for Glory. Look, waiting to see what that is. But yeah, that's excellent. Like all this stuff going on. And I think I've talked a lot more about it lately, Liam, about if wrestling fans just sit back and enjoy, there's a lot of good wrestling. For the amount of complaining I hear, there is, even with AEW, even with TNA, even with the Indies, even with WWE, if it's not your cup of tea, there's a lot to enjoy. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz, free agents, contract expiring, who's going where, who's going what, who's going to pop up on what show. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. Embrace it, enjoy it, and, again, be critical of the things you don't like, but don't just hate watch. MJF with a fistful of hair. MJF eats spaghetti with his hands. Somebody had front row seats and thought, that's the way I'm going to go with my sign tonight. Brandon, good to see you. No. I miss Jamie Hayter. We all miss Jamie Hayter just a little bit. A lot of rumors that she returns it all in. We'll see. I don't know how you tie it all together, but Britt might need a friend, and Jamie could be the friend. But do you bring Jamie Hayter back and Sasha still retains? So questions to be answered. Sup, KJ? What's going on, TJ? How you doing? Brooklyn Brawler to AEW confirmed. Let's go. Lucha Bros would be powerful in WWE. Again, it's all about packaging. It's all about marketing. It's all how you do it, right? We saw it recently with Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Jacob Fatu. They didn't just bring them in and kind of put them in some mid card. Like, you're going to take on, nobody tonight. They brought them in. They made them feel important. They put them in important things, and they're packaged and presented like superstars. I think if the Lucha Bros had that behind them, they'd be outstanding. They'd be phenomenal. As MJF mocking the crowd with the kangaroo. Hoppity hop hop. Let's go. Happy AEW Wednesday. God bless you all. Jordan, good to see you. Good to see you, and welcome back. Big super kick. Both men down. I believe the Acclaim going to go after the tag team titles. Yeah, I believe they've been teasing that for a little bit, Nevsky. How do you guys feel about that? The Acclaimed War Champions kind of got stale, ended up trios, have been trios for quite a while. We saw them involved in Blood and Guts. Do you see them being viable challengers? Are you excited about the Acclaimed versus the Young Bucks? Mason Mansoor, let's go. MXM, let's go. All right. Again, I found it very interesting that they brought those guys in and they put them on Rampage. They put them on Collision. Like, why would you not bring them out on Dynamite? They have name value. They were in the bigger company. They might not have the biggest name, but they have bigger names than most of the people you're using. Side slam. 2 count. AEW wrestling is fun. Yes, it can be. It can be. 100%. MJF is like OC with the international title. Always open the show. Seemingly, yeah. As right now, I'm getting the graphic. Mariah May taking on Viva Van later. We already mentioned it. Brian Keith taking on Shibata. Chris Jericho on commentary because, hey, why not? How do we go a week without Jericho? KJ, what would you do differently next year? AEW Forbidden Door. 100% honest, Michael, I would not do Forbidden Door next year. I would make Forbidden Door every 2 years, every 3 years. You make it feel special. You make it kind of feel like the World Cup or the Olympics. You don't do it every year because, big tope! MJF into the guardrail. The crowd goes pretty wild. Not bad, not bad. I wouldn't do it because, again, you look at this year, like some of the matches, it really doesn't feel like a big deal. You're getting, like, you signed most of the talent that you would bring in through the door. So it's not really a forbidden door. It's kind of like a fucking revolving door at this point. I would make it special. I would build it up. And then when it comes time to do one again, you have people show up unexpectedly, and you make it feel like a heated rivalry. You make it feel like the other company wants to prove a point. To do it the way you've been doing it, of just like, this is a fun exhibition, doesn't work for me, brother. As Kyle O'Reilly comes down on his leg, and I hope he's okay. That was a tough landing. Him and his girl might be up on the shelf. Am I way ahead? It happens. It's a Canadian thing, my guy. So I apologize. I can't change it. I feel like anytime we see, I feel lucky anytime we see MJF. Eliminator matches suck. I got to catch up on some of these. Roddy, good to see you. Bash, JV, Mr. Noob, EVP, J-Boy, all about the CM Punk. Gilly, good to see you. We got 5 matches scheduled for All In so far. So we expect about 10 more, which is a problem. MJF begging for mercy as he sits down on a chair. Kyle Fletcher not showing any. Big chop. Why does MJF look like an old school Lex? Again, that's exactly what he's going for, Phil. And listen, my partner on this, Nick, a scarf carrying member of the MJF fan club, and even he isn't feeling this to the extent that you would imagine. It's an interesting pivot, and I think, like, if you think back to the Big Show, for example, when you're constantly changing who you are and how you act, people stop believing in you. And that's my one big fear with MJF. He goes from this gritty, grimy, I don't give an F heel. Oh, up and over the barricade as he misses the knee. But then he was like the happy-go-lucky, fluffy, goofy baby face, and then he's the heelish again, and then he's the devil, and then it's just all over the place with MJF. And this new gimmick comes out of nowhere as Kyle Fletcher up over the guardrail, and now he's in the crowd, and the crowd's loving it. Good match. Good to see you, Dale. MLW is pretty good too. It can be. The problem with MLW is just the recording schedule is too far behind what they produce. So if they ever figure that out, it gets a little easier. MLW can be a little chaotic and a little hard to take in at times, but it's not. There's some real good talent over there. It's not terrible. And facts. Tony will never stop buying talent. Too much Monet that he don't know what to do with. Well, big elbow. Fun match, folks. Fletcher will turn. I think so, JV. I don't know why, but I think so. And I don't know how, when. Because if I'm betting right now, you're going to give Ospreay that win in England. That's why you're building this international, this pro-American MJF, so that when he goes to Wembley, you hopefully spike the hate and it's big reactions for the whole thing. That's my take on it, honest to God. So Kyle Fletcher turning, when, where, how, and why? I like Kyle Fletcher. I think Kyle Fletcher is really talented. Don't get me wrong. He's had some banger matches. We saw what he did with Ospreay. He's having a great match tonight. Young and up and coming. Another guy that, like, if you put him in Ring of Honor and you used Ring of Honor properly, Kyle Fletcher would excel and do really well. By the way, Mark Davis, how bad was he hurt? Because I feel like he's been out. Like, did he retire? Anybody got an update on Kyle Fletcher's partner? It's been a hot minute. MJF down on the arm. Yeah, the idea that you got to beat the champ twice is stupid. And again, granting eliminator matches when you already have a contender established, to me, is not. It basically tells you that the challenger is going to lose. Sets up a hammerlock into a cradle. DDT. Interesting. We got a two. How's everything going? I guess AEW only knows how to start Dynamite with MJF every week. They need to switch it up. Listen, I don't fault Tony for doing this. It does seem like if you are in the international division, quote unquote, you start the show. He did the same thing with Orange Cassidy. I think as we're getting This Is Awesome chance, MJF's one of your biggest names, if not your biggest draw on your card. I'm okay with starting putting your best foot forward every week. The problem is the show's got to follow it, but at least MJF gets eyes more than most. When the NXT road shows outsell Dynamite, how fast are they going to say Punk and Chicago? Oh, 100%, 100%. You can hear again. You're getting to the point where the excuses for underachieving, the excuse they have to give us is almost as bad as the reality. And when they go, oh, well, they use Punk and da-da-da. Well, wait a minute. You guys didn't want Punk. Punk was shit. Punk's not a draw. But now he's the reason that NXT's beating you. So that's the plight they've created for themselves. And we've seen it a lot lately with even Meltzer going as far as, oh, they shaved down a chair. Fuck you, Dave. We know you're full of shit. As Fletcher is just firing. MJF ducking. Eye poke. Love it. But that's my issue is you can make all the excuses in the world. We talked about it last night. with the horrible rating. Oh, SummerSlam. Oh, if you are what you are and you have an outright diehard fan base, the NBA playoffs. Oh, Canadian Destroyer. No sells it into a clothesline. Both men down. What a fucking match. Excuse my language. There we go, folks. We're cooking. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, no, again, this whole idea of you use the players on your bench, you do whatever. If they want to have an NXT with its fucking a DX reunion with Undertaker and Booker T and CM Punk and all the peeps, they have that ability. Just because you don't doesn't mean it's cheating. Fletcher scooping. Oh, torpedo into the middle turnbuckle. Suicide. I like 5 seconds ahead. Oh, there you go. How do you get ahead of me? Useless info. There's a Fletcher and C near. All right. Very useful. Useless. TK wants MJF to be a big heel. Bring in Hulk Hogan. That might be a bridge too far, even for TK. Bash might be a little too far for even TK. So what is the story with Dr. Britt Baker? How long is she suspended? I believe her suspension is over. I could be incorrect, Michael, but I believe that her suspension is over. I believe the story about her suspension was post-suspension. It happened, and here we are. I could be wrong. Someone else out there can correct me. As far as I know, she's still in an angle with Mercedes Moné, and she's still fighting Mercedes at All In. So I believe it was already served, which is very interesting how it kind of, the fan base is a little torn on this one. A little bit of a clunky spot. Go. Oh. We got a two. We almost pinned him. Tombstone. Two. And we continue to cook on, folks. I would use Ricky. There's a list, and Ricky's high up on that list, but Ricky will be used. But here comes Don Callis to fuck things up. This is my plight with Don Callis. As he throws the screwdriver to Fletcher, Fletcher doesn't want to use it. I hate these spots. This Don Callis being injected into everything involving Ospreay, and I know Fletcher's supposed to be part of the Callis family, but these reluctant heels, like what happened to good heels? Heels that wanted to do bad shit. You have all these guys that are like, I don't know if I want to be evil. Be evil. Fletcher throws away the screwdriver. MJF hits a low blow. And now he's going for the kangaroo kick. There you go. It's not an effective use of it. Don Callis is not effective. No legs. Just get him out of the way. 3. And you could have got to the conclusion of that match like that without Don Callis. TK bringing in Shane, Vince, Ronda, Gulak, Dream. Oh, well, Gulak and Ronda, I don't see them hanging around anytime soon. Dream, Marty, Riddle. Yeah, bring them all in. Bring them all the cast off. I was actually surprised that TK didn't go after Riddle, but I don't think TK could control Matt Riddle. You think CM Punk's a headache? Now we go to the back. Will Ospreay trying to... Oh, the door's partially blocked by like a 9-year-old. This was so lame. I don't know about UT KJ, but if I'm Tony Khan, oh shit. MJF lays out the ref and the crowd cheers. As he's waiting for Kyle Fletcher to get to his feet, got the ring on his finger. Oh no, he's horrible. He is getting some type of payback or kickback, or he is a part of the creative. Him and Tony are having late night phone calls where, you know what I think would be good? Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, not good, Dave. Not good. And he just continues to lie profusely, and it's embarrassing when you get caught publicly lying over and over. And I mean, not like, oops, I reported it and that was wrong. No, just outright making shit up. It's embarrassing. Mega jackass Friedman. As now MJF laying waste to Fletcher. Fletcher's bleeding. Yeah, no, so Fletcher's not a bad guy either, Richard. I don't know. That's if you are just watching Kyle Fletcher taking a whooping. How do you fumble an absolute talent like Ricky Starks? You let backstage politics and favoritism get in the way of what you visually see with your eyes. So even though that you know Ricky Starks is super talented, he's not part of the cool kids. The same thing that happened with CM Punk. We've seen Thunder Rosa have issues in the locker room. Now we're seeing others have issues. If Tony books based on who he likes, who makes him smile, who hangs out with him and smokes a joint, who makes him feel like one of the cool kids. And if you're just there for business, he's not the guy for you. As Ospreay coming out, embracing Kyle Fletcher. Callis is in the ring now, consoling Ospreay, calling for the doctor. Yeah, see, Callis doesn't fit in this. MJF joins Dong. No, that doesn't mean I would hate that, Brandon. I really would hate that, my guy. YTK announced the rematch of Roderick Strong, Roosh, the Beast versus Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, and Ishii. Announced when, for what? Damien, when is that happening? What is up with that? Why is that happening again? Ricky will be a megastar. Ricky just needs the right production, the right people, the right place. His entrance, if they keep him packaged the way he is now, with that entrance, with that feel, with that vibe, the man's got star written all over him. As we transition into a package of Danielson and Swerve. So if anybody is just tuning in, MJF bloodies up Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay is beside himself for his friend. Don Callis interjected himself into the situation. It was kind of stupid. You could have had that low blow spot without Fletcher looking like a confused man. There is too many people in AEW, and we've seen it from Hangman to Swerve to MJF to Adam Cole. It's not even a tweener. It's an unsurer. Yeah, I coined that word. Deal with it, people. But they're unsure what they're doing. You're a grown-ass man. How do you not know? I don't know. Am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? You're either bad or good. Figure your life out. Let's go. What are we waiting for? As we are in this package. So, yeah, building up for the match. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you click that like button. We got 135 with us. I should see 135 likes on this stream. So make sure you hit that button. We're looking a little bit low right now. So get in there and help us out by clicking on the like, clicking on the subscribe. And don't forget, click those little emotions, those little reaction buttons. They help too. As here comes Mariah May. Truly one of the best parts of the AEW women division right now. Want to know? Let's go. Let me catch up on some of these. If I missed you, remember, super chat, super stickers. Want to know? MJF with the victory. Why is he holding him like that? Yeah, very dramatic. Very like MJF killed him. Very dramatic acting, but they're selling us on it. I'll take it. A hell of a match, though, folks. And that's what I think got lost in this a little bit is it was a really, really good match. A really strong match to start this show tonight. Nobody cares about the ref. Nope. They cheered. But I'm going to see JP. This segment is 10 minutes past due. Facts. Viva Van already in the ring. Looking good and ready to roll. We've seen Viva before. That was a little bit. I'm glad you think that, Tony. I thought that too. Like very like, yeah. He's not gonna make it. We need the doctor. We're like, yeah, we've seen worse. Come on. They're doing a rematch of the six-man tag. Screams 50-50 booking. Yeah, I hate this idea, and I don't like this mixed tag thing they're doing where every week it's just random kind of like this whole thing with the conglomeration sucks. Ishii, OC, Kyle O'Reilly. What are we doing? What are we doing? As Mariah May going to the top, Viva Van fighting to her feet. Let me know who you taking in this one, folks. Who do you got? Who do you got? Are you taking Mariah May or Viva Van? And we all know it's going to be Mariah May. So let's go. Let's go. As we want Tony chance. Like to see Viva Van in NXT. She's got a lot of talent. She's worked the indies for quite a while. Yeah, I mean, we've seen her on AEW Dark. She's never really made it stick in AEW. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe she hits a tryout. As a giant FU, I hope Ricky wins the world heavyweight title on his first hit. No, what I want, JV, is I want like WrestleMania 43, Cody Rhodes, Ricky Starks, that kind of setup, or it was like triple threat with CM Punk. Have the all AEW final. To which the apologists like, see, they needed AEW to be cool. Big drop kick by Mariah. I usually lurk on a Wednesday, sorry. That's amazing. But I always love you preaching the facts every Wednesday night. Stoner, I appreciate you. May that blunt be puffing well, sir. And no, thank you for popping in. Lurk all you want. That sounds weird, but yeah, lurk away, my friend. I kind of want Danielson to win the title instead of losing his career. I think Danielson putting his career on the line almost guarantees that Danielson is winning. Now, I listen to a couple other podcasters out there that are under the impression that no matter if he wins or loses, it's his last match. I don't think that's the case. That's at least not how I understood it. And anyone out there can correct me if I misheard. But I feel like Danielson's going to win, and he's going to have a small little run. He won't wrestle a lot as champion, but I think they're going to give him a little run with the title. Then he can drop the title to somebody. That's my guess. I don't think it's the best idea. I'm really worried about Swerve. Swerve's title run has been a mess, and I think the guy's a super talent. If he goes under to Bryan, then what? I just don't know. KJ, who do you think Saraya is facing at All In? No idea. I don't think Saraya should have a match at All In just because she's in just because they're going to the UK and she's from the UK. Why would you take somebody that you barely ever book on your TV show and put them in the biggest show of the year? Oh, because she's from there. I don't give a shit. Then use her. So they got to put her in something. Like, what is she going to fight? Her and Harley Cameron going to have a falling out, or Anna Jay? I don't know. But you saw what they did last year. They really fucked up the booking on the way into All In to make it work, where they started tossing the belts around. You had Saraya as a heel come out and get the babyface pop. They got it all backwards. The same thing they did with Osprey and Jericho. So I really, honestly, I would prefer that the people that you use should be on your big pay-per-views. If you don't use her, I don't want to see her. Mariah May, obviously. What do you think, Saraya? Got that one. What's up? Kid Revos! It was dumb to put his career on the line since he already had the title shot. It was dumb to put his career on the line because he already had the title shot. And we already know his career is coming to an end. So it was a weird kind of like, we already know you're retiring. So you could have kind of went into this differently. Like, my contract's expiring. I told my kid I'm not going to wrestle. I'm going to spend more time at home. So I'm going to have a match that if I don't win my career, like, so what are you going to, like, the finger poke of doom? Like, you're going to do the job, brother? Like, why the extra stipulation? So that's where I'm convinced. And if I'm wrong, I'll be sitting here live telling everybody I'm wrong. But I am convinced that they are going to put the belt on Danielson for a little bit, even if Swerve or I don't think he's going to have it forever. And I don't think he's going to retire as champion. They can't do that shit again. You did it with Sting, which made no sense. Like giving Sting the tag belt, the tag team specialist Sting went out as a tag champ. Good job. Unnecessary. As we get the big hip thrust to Viva Van, Saraya will be on the pre-show in a tag match. That I can live with. I'm okay with that, Richard. I know all the shit I just said, but I can live with that. 59% of the people say that they like MJF's Americana, red, white, and blue gimmick. I don't love it. What's up, Kev? How you doing? That's always my guy. That's how we roll around here. Do you think All In will be 10 hours? Fuck, Eric. It's probably going to be 7. We will be live for All In probably 7 hours. Easy. I mean, we're live like 6-7 hours for what was fucking Death Before Dishonor the other night? As Mariah gets the pin and the win. She's good, man. She's good. Mariah May's good. Mariah May has been good. Some of the booking with Tony and Mariah has been odd, but this is good. One of the best things you have in AEW right now, Tony Storm and Mariah May. Big win. Viva Van looked good. Shout out to her. But Mariah May with the W, as she has been given a gift. A gift. Yes, Excalibur, a gift. Cheers from Tony. Oh. It's a big old picture of Tony and Mariah hugging. Tony's coming. You hear the crowd. Die, Mariah, die. Well, maybe not. There she is. There she is again. Back. Guys. She threw the wig. They did the whole, I'm behind you. I throw my wig spot again. Mariah May gets the jump on Tony, though. Rinse and repeat. That's lazy. Don't be lazy, Tony. You can do better. Aubrey trying to help out. Crowd is booing Aubrey. A ref actually stepped in and stopped an assault. This is the first time for everything. Holy shit. Oh. They're almost at each other. Oh, wait. Yep, they are. Oh, no. Pulled away. 6-minute squash match, basically. Yeah. Again, that match I'm okay with because you set that match up for this match. It's perfect. I'm okay with it. You give Mariah a nice solid win. Not overly competitive. She looks like the stronger competitor. And it sets up this. Which, again, don't let this go too long because you can't have shit like this every match. We just had it in the first match. So 2 matches in a row, you get, the brouhaha after. It's laziness. It's rinse and repeat, right? Just throw a run in on them. Everybody gets a run in. Let's go. You run in. That's how we tell stories. Carrying around the bloody shoe is sick. I love it. I do love it. I love symbolism, AD. And anytime they use good symbolism like that, any chance you get to remind people of what you've done, do it. As Tony Storm flailing around the ring. And now we go to a pre-tape of Jungle Boy. Interesting. As he's watching the replays of Blood and Guts. Why is Aubrey out there? Yeah, that never happens. Die, Mariah, die. Yep. Liam, good question. Maybe wrong show at the moment, but I'll get back to that. I think Santos is first up. I'll be honest with you. I don't think anything happens with that, but I'm pretty sure Santos is first up. As Jack Perry has an axe and he is destroying televisions. Okay. Okay. Real glass, cry me a river. Got it. Wait. Oh, there's a scapegoat. Scapegoat. All right. So we got the scapegoat with a little Bray Wyatt vibe tonight. Anybody? Jungle Jake. I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in commercial break. I hope everyone out there is having fun tonight. We're still over 120 people in the chat. I want to see 150, and I definitely want to see more likes on this stream, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be greedy, not to be demanding, but if we got over 100 people here, I want to see 100 plus likes on this stream. Sitting a little light tonight, so move that thumb. No lazy booking here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Give us that like, give us that love. And again, take this link, drop it, share it with everybody. Let's see if we can hit 150 in this chat tonight. Wembley, 40,000 tickets sold, another 40,000 growing mold. That's a very interesting thing, Roddy. Now, 40,000 is confirmed. I asked the other night, I didn't know how many they had sold. It's going to be very interesting. Is that the current total? AEW. See if I can find the answer real quick. But we are on a commercial break, folks. I will take a second to remind everybody out there, we are here all week long, back at it tomorrow for the Dirt Sheet debate, as Anthony, Big Nick, and I are going to go through a lot of the hot topics in wrestling, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Plus, we will have a special guest on with us and have a little fun debating some of the fun stuff in wrestling. But Friday, back down for SmackDown, Collision Saturday, and then we got tons coming your way, guys. We have so much content in the next few weeks. It's going to be insane. We're going to be live a lot. We got previews and predictions coming up. We got members only coming up. Wrestling Court returns. So much more. And also, don't forget, go out, get yourself your Wrestling for Life merch. Make sure you get yourself a t-shirt, a hat, a hoodie, and then take a picture with it and send it to us. But we just came out with a couple new things as far as our Brunch with the Boys summer tour. So you can get yours. Each year, we're going to do an exclusive one for these summer tours. And then again, of course, the podcast mark. Thank you, Jim Cornette, for that. Again, hats, hoodies, tank tops, crop tops, and everything else in between. So get yours today and be a part of the family. Roll Tide. Why did TBS did that? Showing a Taco Bell during Jack Perry's promo. Interesting. All I know is it made me want Taco Bell. I just had Taco Bell commercial in that Jack Perry promo. Yeah. Funny as shit, right? No, see, I got it separate. Did we get a Taco Bell commercial during I didn't. Is that what happened? PK the goof. I got to follow up on that. Yeah, and fucking making me munch out, bro. What are we doing? I don't need a hoodie till February. You can always use a good hoodie, AD. Let's go. Even though you're an AZ. Go get one of the tank tops. We got tank tops. Now we got Darby in the back. Darby doesn't get a fancy little promo or a little pre-tape, so we'll see. No Taco Bell commercial for Darby. That fucking jacket he's wearing looks dirty as shit. Have they announced what time All In will be? That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we're live at like 11 a.m. or noon, something like that. So Darby's got some harsh words. As here comes the bad apple, Bryan Keith. Taking on Shibata, folks. We will take your predictions as we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end. Yes, we did get a Taco Bell commercial during the Scapegoat promo. That is hilarious. That never happened on my end. And sometimes the Canadian feed and the American feed are different. You guys get blacked out on Fox. We don't. So that is hilarious. I need to see that now. If anyone gets a clip of that, put it in our Discord. I want to know. I'm excited for Deonna and Thunder Rosa Texas Bull Rope match this Saturday. Absolutely, Damien. We will be here live for it. Big fan of both Deonna and Thunder Rosa. I believe this rivalry should be on Dynamite. I believe they should be highlighting these women on Dynamite. No offense to Collision, but people aren't watching Collision. They moved Collision into a different time slot, hoping for better results, and it made it worse. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. There you go. So we're going to be on bright and early, folks. Brunch with the boys. Wrestle Ticks. They have sold over just over 50,000 tickets sold. So still, like the fact that they sell 50,000 tickets is amazing. It's huge. It's something to be happy about, something to be proud of. Under the circumstances, it's interesting. Only 50,000. Will they sell 20,000 plus between now and the event? As we got the learning tree, the big redwood, or whatever the fuck he's calling himself, with Jericho. They're doing their little wave off. And now Jericho's going to be on commentary, folks. So this is my chance to remind you that the wrestling might suck. We never do. And you may want to hit mute on your TV and turn us the fuck up. You stop it, Tony. You stop it, Tony. You know this is bad. No Taz. No Taz, by the way. I've always liked Brian Keith, was a huge fan on the independent circuit. But what the hell, man? Listen, Big Nick, I will give him credit. I'm a big fan of Brian Keith. Nick was a bigger fan. Like when Brian Keith debuted, Nick popped like a motherfucker. He exploded. He was pumped. And it's been downhill ever since. I mean, Keith had something really cool, and he was that badass, no nonsense. You know, I'm just gonna show up and beat in whoever is in my way. I don't care who I have to fight. You know, I came here to do two things: chew bubble gum and fight, and I'm almost out of bubble gum. Like that's Brian Keith. Now he's the bad apple with a big white worm hanging out the back of his head, which just happens to be Chris Jericho. It's unfortunate. Bad apple is Virgil's clone, not as good. Ouch. Thank you, Tim Allen. Tim Allen. Super chat. Thank you for the super chat, folks. Remember, the super chat is your way to stand out. I can't be the only one here that never watches Dynamite, but instead listens to you guys. Is that legit? That's awesome. That is absolutely fucking awesome. Yeah, I know a few people have mentioned it. I know our buddy Stoner up above was talking about that. We appreciate it, folks. We'll try and entertain you even when the wrestling's not doing its job. But I super appreciate that, Mark, and thank you for the super chat. The Learning Tree feud has made me stop caring about Shibata. You don't care about Keith. You don't care about Shibata. You don't care about Hook. They made me mad at Samoa Joe. I don't really care about Big Bill. Like, literally, the vortex of Jericho is not just a playful gimmick that he's leading into. It is the truth. Even the numbers on the channel, right here, right now, that number in the corner went down when Jericho shows up. I never much Dynamite, always watch it. There you go. Thank you, sir. I'm only here to listen to KJ for Dynamite as I'm at work. Bryan, we appreciate it. Hopefully work is going well, and we help you get a few hours through the day or night or both. Big knee drop on the outside. Y2J. Bad apple for the win. The Learning Tree is so much more, my it's killing me. As we go to pitcher, folks. Brian Keith in control of Shibata outside the ring. Chris Jericho's on my screen. I'm out. Yeah, that's kind of what happens. He is, I said it, I've said it multiple times, including when we put him on trial. And if you haven't seen that episode of Wrestling Court, go check it out. But Chris Jericho is a serial killer of ratings. He is the Ted Bundy of ratings. He is the John Wayne Gacy of ratings. He shows up and shit gets murdered. and not in a good way. He is killing the careers. He is killing ratings. He is killing fan interest. And he is another example of people that Tony Khan loves. So he books them more than other people. We could use Ricky Starks. If Ricky Starks was being an arrogant heel and he had a heater that was Big Bill. Oh, wait a minute. They did that. They did that. Didn't they do that? Oh, yeah. I forgot. They gave that to Jericho. But if you had someone like Ricky Starks right now on TV, we care. We're interested. We're invested. Jericho, because of his standing in this company and the fact that he is in Tony Khan's back pocket and probably deeper than that, he just gets TV time nonstop. Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, doesn't matter. Jericho. It's been 5 years. Take some time off. Go the fuck away or do better. We know everything you're doing right now. You're trying really hard to be relevant, and there's assholes around you who are like, you're doing a great job, Chris, because everyone's gutless, spineless, and ballless and not willing to look Jericho in the face and say, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Jarrett Hogan is a thing. Hashtag Jarrett Hogan should be a weekly thing. Every Wednesday, Jarrett Hogan should be trending. But even that cannot get off the ground because nobody gives a fuck about Jericho anymore. What is TK's obsession with Shibata? I don't mind Shibata. And Shibata's little phone gimmick where he was doing like the translator was kind of fun. Him and Renee had like some good interviews. I like Shibata. I think he's a good wrestler. Again, the using the translator is one way to get over the language barrier. But I mean, for my money, I think Shibata's good. He's just not booked in great stuff, right? Like he's probably going to lose to Brian Keith tonight, which sucks. Santino, Santana, Morella. He's the Hulk Hogan of AEW, brother. Facts. Jarrett Hogan. Hashtag Jarrett Hogan. Wrestling for Life, never boring. We try not to be. We try not to be, and we think. We thank you that you think so. Through the night, KJ, as I'm from the UK. There you go, Brian. You guys got it rough. I love when the pay-per-view start touring around international and the fans get upset of like, oh man, a daytime pay-per-view, and all the UK fans are like, woohoo! Finally, I don't have to fucking. I don't need 6 Red Bulls and fucking, to sit up all night trying to fucking get wrestling in. But we are back from picture in picture. Imagine what if Jamie Hayter returned with Y2J gimmick. That would suck. And I don't think she could pull it off. It takes a special level to be that fake because Jericho's done it for a long time. Or retire. That'd be lovely. Shibata has been feuding with Jericho after Revolution. Yeah, it's been ongoing. But I don't mind Shibata. Like if this was Shibata versus Brian Keith, no learning tree, and this was some like heated mid-card kind of rivalry going on, like the guys that kind of challenge for the Continental title or the International title, I'm good with it. I'm happy. The only thing that makes this suck is Jericho. In the learning tree. Shut up, Jericho. What's up, Wrestling World Podcast? Welcome. Hope you're doing well, sir. What do you think NXT in the first 2 weeks being on CW, coming to Chicago and St. Louis, respectively? I think it's amazing. Again, WWE big sweep. Sorry, I'll get back to that. Shibata taking the legs out from Brian Keith. Again, not a bad match. Big chop. Oh, he's going to the skull. The claw. It's the claw. And Keith taps out. That's not what I like to see, says Jericho. And here's Big Bill to jump Shibata. Nacho Man front row. Yeah. Nacho Man. I'm learning so much. As Jericho's now in the ring, looking like spoiled Pepto-Bismol. lumpy and gross and pink. All right, so Hook's gonna come out. We want Hook chance start. Wait, do you think NXT? I'll come back to that one, Brandon. I will. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Manu? It's Hook. It's Hook. One little hook against three grown-ass men. Jericho, throw a fucking punch like you've done it before, bro. Hook with the hat in his eyes. I don't quite get. Is that a thing? Is that what we're doing? He looks like the guy. Someone's got to clip that. He looks like the guy from next Friday. Hey, what you do to my dog, man? So little Hook just throws away all three men. The big bad heels, a 7-foot giant. Jericho's heading back, but all right, folks, what is your take on this excitement that we, can't get enough of this? The crowd not making look at everybody in the fans right now. Nobody's booing, nobody's cheering. Now they're clapping Hook because Hook picked up the belt. They are relatively just still, my guys. As we go back to Renee with Orange Cassidy, I think it's awesome. I think WWE, listen, even if you hate WWE, you can't argue with the marketing monster that they are. New show, CW, put it out on the road, make it a big deal. Put, CM Punk and Randy Orton on the shows in their hometowns. It will blow up. It will sell tickets. It's going to fill those buildings. And it's going to be a hell of a fucking way to kick off your time with CW. You want to go in big. You want to make a bang. You want to make it count. All the above. Oh, OC's off and running. So OC up next. And JR sitting down with Swerve Strickland. Still to come tonight. The show kind of boring tonight. I thought the first match was really good. Shout out to MJF and Kyle Fletcher. I thought Shibata Keith was a decent match. Mariah May was an okay match. It was what it was. It was a setup match. But brawl after the first match, brawl after the second match, brawl after the third match, the monotony makes it boring. And I will ask you guys out there, I got over 100 people watching with me. We are all wrestling fans. Am I crazy to say that? Like, I know the apologists are going to try and convince me otherwise, but it's the same shit. It's just you take out, literally, it's a template, and you just remove. I'll take Jericho out, put Tony Storm in, take out, Hook. We'll put Mariah May in. Then you take them out. You put MJF in. You put Ospreay in. Like, it literally is a rinse and repeat of the same shit. No creativity, nothing overly exciting. And Jericho kills the fucking show every fucking week. My weekly fucking Jericho tirades. If I had a megaphone or a direct line to Tony Khan, I would happily have this conversation. But my God, it's bad. And you just can tell by the fans that are in the building. They were all just standing still. Okay, what's next? Do you know what's next? I don't know what's next. Are we supposed to cheer? I don't know. Are we supposed to yell? I don't want to yell. Are you going to yell? I wasn't even paying attention. Like, that's what we're getting from the fan base when this guy's on the fucking TV. But as long as Tony Khan loves them, he'll just keep rolling them out and rolling them out and rolling them out. You're not crazy. Well, at least in this regard, I might not be crazy, as we are in a commercial break, folks. And again, I will remind everybody, make sure you hit that like button. I want to see those likes climb. 85 is a little bit better, but there's still some of you out there that are watching me that haven't clicked that thumb yet. That's, it's like free. All you got to do is click the button. Just click the button. It means the world to us. It really does. But we're rolling through the commercial breaks, folks. More to come. Swerve sitting down with JR. Danielson taking on Jarrett with Ricky Steamboat kicking around. And a lot to figure out as far as the rest of the show goes. But an interesting start. A couple good matches. Some intrigue with storylines. They're trying to give us a little bit of story. Like I said, my big knock on it is just the only thing Tony Khan knows as far as like to build an angle for a pay-per-view is all right, you're gonna have a match, and then your enemy's gonna run out. Good? Okay, we're good. Like that's the rinse and repeat of all of this. JR is back. It's good to see good old JR. I know he's had some ups and downs with his health, so always T's and P's for JR, and it's always a pleasure to see him on TV. Hook has the skinniest legs. I just don't like Hook runs in and just cleans house. Big Bill is 7 foot tall. You can't teach that. You can't stop that. Like, as we got Hangman Page coming out of the break, right? Come on. Like, Hook's just a kid. And the beanie over the eye, like I said, like, what'd you do to my dog, man? Fooker? Get out of the vortex. 5'7" bounty hunter. Yeah, true. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? How you doing? Jarrett's go chest look at the front end of a 57 Plymouth. Facts. What happened? How do you get the McDonald arches on your chest? Oh, look at me. Hangman's got a Jake the Snake voice all of a sudden. But I like that. That was a hell of a promo from Hangman Page's booking since he's returned has been fucking all over the place. And they did this guy no favors. They're like, how can we make it really hard for you to get like back where you used to be? They found a way to make it very difficult. But he, again, hell of a promo from Hangman Page. Full marks for me. Imagine the New Jay fans eating themselves when Ishii pops up in the Rumble. maybe. AEW is getting sold. Maybe that's it. I never getting sold. Never getting sold. There's only two ways this company ever gets sold. One, TK passes away, and I hope he lives for decades. So that's not happening. He's gonna be like Vince McMahon. He's gonna be like 80, still trying to book shows poorly. And two, if Daddy Khan wakes up one day and says, all right, enough of this silliness. But I believe that the AEW is just a tax rate off to counterbalance. Like, all right, I know I made a few billion, but we're losing hundreds of million over here. It's a nice counter. It's a nice little red on the ledger. As I do have Swerve and JR. JR, no more locked doors. No more locked doors. Freddie, yes. Hangman feels directionless until after All In. Listen, they had so many options with Hangman, and you had easy ways to get to where you were going with Hangman, and you just didn't do it. Adam Page acting like John Moxley. A little bit. Yeah. It was okay, wait. Sorry, wait. I just wanted to catch this. I didn't want to talk over it. So did JR just confirm what okay, so there's been some debate about this. Win, lose, or draw, is it Daniel's last match? Is that what he said there? It's Dollar General Silas Young. Oh, I miss Silas. Hangnail made it to the show. Yeah, never seems to be on time. It's weird. Hangman go to GCW. It's not his cup of tea. I think he's a little too soft for that. Okay. Okay. This is a very heel interview. Like, if you were watching this, would you not think that Swerve is a true, pure heel in this interview? I mean, Page is a badass for that promo. It was a good promo, Dro. I got to give him credit. Double J will retire Danielson. No, probably not. OC 2 mystery partners tonight versus Roderick Strong. And yeah, Roddy. Sorry, folks. Roddy has a faction. Everybody knows that Roddy was in a faction, correct? Roddy has a faction, correct? Correct. Why is he tagging with the Beast and Roosh? How do they even become friends? As we got Jane, which means we got Orange Cassidy, folks. As soon as we find out who's in the match, we will ask some questions. So, win, lose, or draw, Bryan Danielson is done at All In. Is that what I'm supposed to get from this? Somebody got to help me out. I see correct, so I think correct. Double check up that one. JR is my childhood, but unlike Chris Jericho, JR is retiring soon. Yeah, I mean, again, it's never the ones we want. But yeah, no, JR is the voice of a generation when you think wrestling. And here's FTR, top guys in the house, and they show the crowd not react. That was bad timing to show the crowd because they weren't doing shit. So FTR has got their jean jackets and glasses. Of course. Courtney calls Hangman the empty-headed dipshit. Yeah, that's because CM Punk called him an empty-headed dipshit. I saw Andrew Baidala say WBD is considering turning True TV into TNT Sports. Interesting, Keyshawn. Interesting. Big Nick will be back. Big Nick generally doesn't do Wednesdays, but he will be here with Anthony on Thursday, and he will be here with me on Friday. I got that one. OC, 2 mystery partners. So FTR will be teaming up with OC to take on Roosh, the Beast, which everyone's excited about for some reason, and Roderick Strong. Do you know what would be better than the Beast? Wardlow! And Roderick Strong and Undisputed Kingdom don't even get the entrance. Roosh does. What? Travel issues. Oh, valid. JR, yeah, again, did his best. I mean, that policy's been there forever, but I think it gets harder and harder to kind of work through it, right? And I mean, again, kudos to that man to be able to work in the public, work the way he did vocally when having being hindered. Again, the man's a legend. FTR's theme slaps. It does. It's a good theme. It's one of the better ones in AEW. I give you that for sure. Mind you, I hate Jane. So the Undisputed Kingdom, or just the Kingdom, have climbed over the guardrail to sit and watch. Why aren't they standing at ringside? What the fuck is happening? Roderick Strong's half Mexican. That's why he's fair enough. Fuck it. Trent Beretta getting hurt killed any plans for OC. Now he's in the trios division. Yeah, the OC's been a lost puppy for the last little bit here. Good promo, I agree. Absolutely, Roll Tide. Could not agree more. JR Stern has got that one. TK is a mark for himself. He thinks his ideas are good. Yeah. For example, hologram. The fuck? They hate the Undisputed. Yeah, I don't get what's happening here. Los Ingranables 2.0. Yeah, I guess. I mean, we never did nothing with the last one. As Dax chopping Roddy to the ground, getting the tag. it's mixed tag teams, which again, it's funny to say. I call it the Yahtzee part of the show. Like literally, it's like TK takes a bunch of names and just whatever ones roll out, that's going to be, the middle of the show. Fuck it, put 6 guys in the ring. I don't care what 6. And it's the weirdest combinations. Like Ishii was working with OC Kyle O'Reilly, but now he's here with FTR. FTR kind of want to fight the Bucks. Roosh had a faction. It disappeared. Everyone's making a big deal about Mortis, but really, are we going to push a guy wearing a fucking bullhead? Probably not. Oh, Mortis and hologrammers are officially on the AEW roster. Ooh. Watch out, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. They got hologram and Mortis. Oh, there you go. The heels all roll out. The baby faces hold the high ground. If you look at the crowd right now, lukewarm response. Yeah, not a whole lot of fan reaction to what's happening right now. Fans are sitting, they're not clapping. They just went for that big pocket spot, and even the pocket spot is not getting what you used to get. Do you hate Jane or the Learning Tree more? The Learning Tree is probably my least favorite thing on the planet. I like Jane as a song. I don't like Jane as the intro. It was so silly that TK's paying for that just because, once again, he makes decisions with his heart, not his head. So there you go. He's a super nice guy. Just seems really stupid. So far, Raw is still the best show of the week. By far. By far. This isn't even knocking on its door. This will be a hard debate between NXT and tonight. But I will say tonight's show on Dynamite's not bad. I just don't know if I have a whole lot to grip into. OC for the win with FTR. OC, FTR for the win. This is like TK doing a blind draft and just pulling names. Yeah, 100%. 100%, Phil. Like, that's my issue. And it's constant. It's like, all right, up next, fucking. And it's just random people together. It's so chat GPT booking. Yeah. Facts. That's a good one. Good way to coin it. I feel like AEW's booker has one of those lottery ball spinner mechanisms with each wrestler. It's Tony Khan. He's a billionaire. I think he probably has like a digital version of this. Like he has a randomizer with people's actual pictures, right? And he randomizes like his video games. Who's going to be in a match this week? Random. Oh, like what the fuck? Roddy was built up, won the international title, lost it, and is now losing trios matches. Roddy was doing great. Everyone remember when Roddy was really doing good heel work, cutting good promos, getting over with like the Adam. It was stupid, but it was working. And it was supposed to irritate you. If you just ran Roddy in the Kingdom like a strong faction, you have no problem. Roddy's one of the best workers in your company, and the Kingdom can absolutely cook, but you don't use them. They're Ring of Honor tag champions. Why? Why not make them tag champions? AEW tag champions. Why don't you give Roddy a prominent thing? Why don't you make them trios champions? Like, are they trying to build a trios division? Because if you're trying to build the division, the random fucking just mixing of the fucking names is never going to do that. Conan alluded to Britt being a problem for a while backstage. So, Keyshawn, this is a long-standing thing that, and I know of a Canadian wrestler that I'm a big fan of, went public with her experience, and the locker room turned on her. So it really kind of perked my ears up. But Britt Baker, from what I understand, and I've never been there, I don't know for certain, but there's been a lot of rumors and reports that it's a bit of a high school mentality. The women's locker room is very cliquey. And again, there's been a lot of backstage politics. And it feels like there's a contingent of like the OG AEW crew that just don't want to let anyone else in. You bring in a Thunder Rosa, you bring in a Taya Valkyrie, you bring in, CM Punk, And instead of embracing it and thinking, wow, this is really going to be good for our company, a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. And the problem becomes when you bring in, like when you have Britt Baker sitting at the top of the mountain, and then you start bringing in quality wrestlers, now she gets exposed. Now she's not as good as people thought she was. She might be the best that was here when we started, but now we got better. So instead of taking that challenge and rising to that occasion, you protect your spot. That becomes more important. You'd rather watch a girl trip and fall or exile her from the locker room, just like they did to Cody, just like they did to Punk, just like what I thought they were going to do to Thunder Rosa. I think it's a big problem for AEW. The locker room bullshit, the locker room politics, and the horrible booking because of favoritism is killing AEW. If you are a card carrying tribalist for AEW, if you love AEW, you can't get enough of AEW, you should be pissed off about this approach to the booking. Why are you not putting the best people on TV? Why are you not giving us the best matches? Why are you not giving us the highest possible competition? Why are you pushing people that we don't necessarily need or want to see because you like others more? Where's Miro? Where's Wardlow? Where's Ricky? Where's, the list goes on and on and on. Oh, wait. Dax got a 2 count going for another roll up. There you go. Cash down on the side, by the way. Everybody kind of sprawled out. Britt seems to not be well liked. She's kind of like the queen. That's the thing. And again, when you are the top dog, anybody, go watch like some Wentworth, right? Like she's the top dog on Yard, and she doesn't want to lose that spot. But I think Britt got exposed as we went along. Do you see AEW adding women's tag team title in the future? With Tony Khan, yeah. I mean, we're going to get a women's trios, women's tag, we're going to get the South Pacific champion. Tony loves belts. They do not have enough to do a women's division right now. You are struggling to book your two divisions, your TBS and your women's title division strong. Adding tag team titles is going to make it worse. I wouldn't do it. Mortis from the top. Dax with a kick out. Roar, he says. Anybody see Mortis going for the championship? Like, I don't get. Listen, I love Black Taurus. I was a fan of this man before he got here, but he can wrestle, but he's not the savior of the company. Why is he on the television right now? As Taven jumping Dax and then pretending to, and then giving him shitty kicks. And everybody beating up OC in the other corner. So shit happening everywhere. The only great storyline is Swerve and Bryan, Danielson, MJF and Ospreay, Tony May. MJF and Ospreay is good. I like it mostly because the talent is carrying that. They supersede the efforts of the booker. So even when the booker's making mistakes with the direction of the story, these two are banging it out. Tony and Mariah May has been outstanding, been good. This week was a little too close to what you did last week, but I'll forgive you. Swerve and Danielson's not bad. Considering we weren't expecting it, the only thing I would ask for from TK is you got to make Swerve and Danielson feel as important as MJF and Ospreay, right? Like we get backstage stuff with Swerve. Like, what is up with that? Like, why can't Swerve get in-ring time? Like, we're getting Ospreay and MJF constantly in the ring live. A lot of what we get from Swerve is pre-tapes, backstage interviews. Danielson, the same thing. I need more interaction between Swerve and Danielson. So we'll see. I have a feeling that Swerve's going to help Danielson win tonight. Or not. We'll see. I've heard Team Christian Cage versus House of Black versus Bullet Club Gold at All In. Why? Where is House of Black been? You can't just drop them into shit. Man, they're another group of people that I can't wait for them to leave this fucking company. We went to the Dixie Carter School of Booking with these types of matches. Yeah, no rhyme, no reason. Just I got money. Let's do it. But we are on picture in picture right now, folks, and right now Roosh is in control of Dax. The only news the story ran out of the arena with the. It's true. It's true. I think TK needs to focus on the daily AEW matches than planning a match on pay-per-view. That's about 3 weeks till then. I think Tony needs to sit down. He's got to write down all his wrestlers. He's got to figure out what wrestlers are he going to feature prominently in the next 6 months. Then he's got to have an idea of what wrestlers is he going to highlight in the 6 months following those 6 months. Then he's got to figure out where does he go from there and start connecting some dots and start understanding. More than anything else, I think TK just needs to step back and go, hey, somebody with more experience than me and a better brain for this, can you do it? I'll approve it, but you do it. Take all the credit. I don't give a fuck, but step back. Like, make yourself look good. I mean, I spent years coaching, and you were only as good as the people you put around you. As head coach, you get a lot of credit for shit your assistants pull off. So if he just had better people around him, and again, too much input, the EVPs say what they want. Jericho gets what they want. If you had the balls, the spine, the gumption to look at Jericho and say, Jericho, your stuff is shit. We can't do it. Or we need to change it, Jericho. Or, hey, Jericho, take 6 months off. But he doesn't have that. He's not a boss. He's everybody's friend. And an unfortunately sad thing for Tony Khan is not one of the people would talk to him, know him, or care about him if he didn't have any money. If he was Tony Smith from down the road with $50 to his name, none of these people would kiss his ass or give him a compliment. And I hate to be harsh, but that's the reality of it. These people that sit there, oh, Tony's a genius. Bullshit. AEW shutting down. I don't think so. I don't think so, my guy. No time soon. That piggy bank is big. Torcel. If she not, who? What'd I miss? I'm looking at the chat and listening to you. Wait, do you really think Britt Baker is still not the best female wrestler in AEW? I don't think she's overall the best wrestler in AEW. I think she's a star. I think she's talented. I think that considering she was a dentist that kind of worked the indies and self-taught herself, she is excellent. Don't get me wrong. She is one of the best in your divisions. I just think there's women like Thunder Rosa, like Taya Valkyrie, like Deonna Purrazzo, like I'm sure there's others off the top of my head, but that are just better overall pro wrestlers, more experience, better training. And I think Britt's got it all. Like, her entrance to what she brings to the table is good. But if you go back and watch some of her matches late in her run, they got sloppy. She got exposed when she got in there with real wrestlers. When you're doing, beach break on Roosh. 1 count, I think that was. I think that was a 1 count. But yeah, I'm not trying to take away from Britt. I just think that Britt is another example of she got bigger than she was prepared to be. And she's great. But I think she needs more. She needs to be in a system that can help her, fine-tune her, work with her, grow the natural talents that she has. Cool. I have to watch that. Facts. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on AEW tonight. I would tune in just for that. Yeah, that's why we're here, Jay. I mean, we are going to get Danielson and Jeff Jarrett. Ricky Steamboat somehow going to be around. Not quite sure why, but we'll see. Crowd's been in a coma for a while, and I call this the Jericho effect. Jericho takes the fucking fun out of it for everybody. Might not break. Ooh, AJ. I don't want to hear that. I want this company to figure their shit out. Britt seems well liked backstage. Britt seems well liked backstage by her friends. That's the tricky thing, right? And you ever see it? Like, you ever see it online? Like, they get that wolf mentality. And you've seen it with AEW. Like a couple people that have gone public with issues with AEW, they get swallowed. Like the wolf pack comes out. And you get like Britt and a whole bunch of her friends just start tweeting at them. How dare you? We're all happy. But I've heard enough that generally, if enough people are saying the same thing, yeah, this is fucking horror. I'm not even talking about it. I'm talking to you guys. The crowd is dead. Nobody cares. Don Callis signed Rouge? Wait, what the fuck? I don't know. Casino gauntlet match for when? Did you make that up? And Dax gets the 1, 2, 3 out of nowhere. Rouge eats the pin. Thank God Don Callis signed him. Yeah, your man lost the match. Fuck. Thank God Don Callis is such a good manager. Instead of being on commentary, how about help your heels win? Jesus Christ. Oh, here come the Acclaimed. Now, the Acclaimed have been kind of being heelish lately. How do you be a heel with a tank top that says "scissor me"? How do you frown and be a heel? Like, I think you might have to turn the shirt inside out. I can't take your anger seriously if your shirt is telling me to scissor you. Why is this match still going? I have no idea. But again, another match. The match ends. There's a spillover. Another match that leads to an after-match confrontation. At All In, Tony just announced it. All right. Let's go for it. Fuck it. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Roll Tide. Okay. I missed that. So security shows up and haphazardly tries to hold them back, and we got to fight. So every single match tonight has had a fight after the match. Again. Yeah, Brahma. What's up, Brahma? How you doing? Yeah, again, they're stuck in this funny spot when you're like, trying to be heelish, but you were good, but you're still kind of doing your good guy gimmicky stuff. Again, it's hard to take your anger serious when you're wearing a shirt that says "scissor me" and you're trying to be funny. Okay, so FTR being restrained. OC doesn't seem very interested. He's got the hat. Okay. Kira 2.0 Casino Gauntlet match announced for All In. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So last Saturday, we go back and we got the House of Black. Okay, yeah. So that will be a triple threat trios match. Holy shit. Kip Sabian all of a sudden being back. So what is Kip doing? The Acclaimed heels, yeah. Adam Pierce, Mini Adam. Nick Wayne's mom's on TV. That's always good. Nick Wayne might have the poutiest face I've ever fucking seen. Rap like Sexy Red. Jesus Christ. Acclaimed heels. House of Black are faces. We're not sure. Yeah, I guess against Christian they'd be faces. The Bullet Club's also heels. They're all heels. Everybody's kind of a heel. And again, Dave Meltzer doesn't think so. TK doesn't seem to think so. Some AEW fans don't think so. But I'm telling you right now, you need baby faces and heels, and you need distinct baby faces and heels. Step one in any story. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? Who's the protagonist? Who's the antagonist? Who do we care about? And who the fuck do we boo? They've been doing that for over 100 years in fucking wrestling. I don't know why certain idiots out there think otherwise, but that's what you need. That's what you got to be doing. And that's why you have a match like you just had where every fan in the building was sitting on their hands. They don't know who to cheer for. They don't care who they need to cheer for. Everybody's in the middle. Everybody's in the script. Camille in action, 2-on-1, up next. Trash booking, I'm blaming Christopher Daniels, FTR, and Samoa Joe. Fair enough. Oh my God, does Rush ever win anything? No. They made a big deal. Do you guys remember when it was going around the internet and the pictures of like Roosh shaking Tony's hand of like, we have re-signed Roosh. We are thrilled. Well, okay. What are we waiting for? When are you going to use him? When is he going to win something? When's he going to do something? I didn't like when they put him in with MJF. But like we just saw with Bronson Reed, if Roosh shows up and kicks the living shit out of MJF, makes a statement, and then you give him a push behind it, and then you build a story of babyface MJF, heel Roosh, and you work it out, and it's a battle, it's a grind, and Roosh wins some, but the babyface has got to find a way to get over Roosh. Win or lose, Roosh still comes out looking stronger. But you didn't do that, did you? You buried that because you gave up on it, and then you shoved the MJF Osprey story to the forefront because Tony's not as confident in his booking as he wants us all to believe. If you watch the shows week to week like we do, you see the lack of confidence. You see the chicken shit booking. You see a man that's afraid to upset egos in the locker room and upset a very niche fan base, which he refers to as sickos. So fair enough. You want to alienate every other wrestling fan out there and book for one small little pocket, then you have 600,000 people watching, and you have a combined total of less than 1 million people watching in a week. 3 shows, add them up, and you still didn't hit 1 million. That's a problem. Yawn. Yeah, we're on commercial break, folks. So I will take a second to remind everybody out there, the show rolls on. We got time to go. We still got the main event coming up. Camille will make her debut 2-on-1 coming up. It's going to be a fun one. So make sure you get in the chat. Let me know what's on your mind. We will take a rating at the end of the night. We are back tomorrow. The Dirt Sheet Debate, 8 p.m. Friday SmackDown, Saturday Collision. I don't know what else is going on. And then we are cooking, folks. We are in the beginning of August, all the way through August into September is insane for wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, this is the place to be. If you know any wrestling fans, this is the place to be because we are not stopping. We got No Mercy, All In, All Out, Bash in Berlin, Emergence, GCW shows. Joe Henry just got his own GCW show. There's so much coming your way. We got members only coming. A follow-up, and the next Bacon Club is going to happen. We got Wrestling Court coming back. We got so much going on here at the channel. And don't forget Anthony's weekly TNA review every Saturday. Do not miss that. Make sure you're giving the chapeau that runs the show some love. As we come back, oh, we're getting a fucking halt. This hologram thing's making my fucking head hurt. Kyle is the worst Australian wrestler ever. He has no effing personality. You got to give the kid some love. I think there's talent there, man. He's just young, and he's showing a little more personality lately. This hologram thing is fucking garbage. What is this? Brawl for all. Free brawls for everyone. It's just lazy. It's rinse and repeat. It's rinse and repeat. It's like when you figure out a cheat move and you just keep doing it. Oh, this works. I'll do it every time. But the problem is his cheat move's doing the same thing, but it's not working anytime. But he's happy. He's happy. So we just got a hologram hype package. Anybody out there care about hologram? That's my next poll. Fuck this. Hologram's going to make a difference here in AEW, according to Tony Schiavone. So do you guys out there watching right now, are you thinking that a hologram's going to be a difference maker? Is that a Howie Mandel? No, it was the Tupac one. Tupac. That's funny, Unbroken. Yeah, what is hologram a future world champion? Is hologram a, like, what? What are we supposed to do Is hologram real? Yeah, apparently. Boston. Hey, Boston, how you doing, buddy? I see Finn versus Priest at Bad Blood. Now people are starting to see, this is what happens with AEW. You give us boring shit and people start talking about WWE. See, Tony? As right now, Camille's in the ring and she is about to murder two young ladies. Spit it out, Excalibur. Holy fuck. It's like Excalibur's first night on the job every week. It's like he has fucking weekly amnesia. Gets there every Wednesday and can't remember what the fuck he's supposed to do. See, this is going to be the thing. Here's my concern. Camille looks like a badass tonight. You get to All In. Hayter comes back, beats up Camille. Do we lose Camille? On top of that, how does this match work out? Like, what do they do? If Britt doesn't beat Sasha, all right, do we continue? If Britt does beat Sasha, what happens? Like, if Jamie Hayter makes a return, but Britt still loses, it's all for naught. As Camille looks like an absolute beast, by the way. Jesus Christ. She applies the rack and then the bomb. Hologram versus Ricochet at All In. Fuck. I'd be disappointed. And Camille pancakes the other lady. And she pins both. And the crowd continues to be quiet. Hologram is AEW Goldberg. Jobbers for the win. No dice. Tony Khan, stop doing jobber matches every week. There are reasons for jobber matches, Roll Tide. I don't want to give them total shit. There's nothing wrong with throwing in the jobber match. But now, every single match, including this one, it's match plus post-match. Not one match has happened and just happened. Every match tonight, just match and then stupid shit after. That's what AEW does. Eventually, she won't be worth the same, and she'll end up back in WWE at a discount. A hologram of Shane McMahon night collection. Let's go. Great. Hologram is Tony Khan's acid trip come to life. It is Tony Khan. Like, I think this is like hologram was like Tony Khan's create a wrestler. Like, this was like when Tony Khan made himself in the game. I am hologram. And this is now he can do it in real life. Like, he's rich enough of like, I'm going to make my create a wrestler come true. Yes, he is. Yeah. Come on, Mike. Another luchador. Yeah. Dynamite's been all right. Not totally lame. Hologram is real. Yep. Hologram is AEW. Got that one. That's fucking hilarious. KJ is the reason why some people watch this track. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing of like, I don't want to encourage it, but listen, every single Wednesday chair, we show up here and we say, we hope for the best. We want the best. And if it is the best, we'll tell you it's the best. But it's struggling. Oh, this is so creepy. Tony Schiavone is Tony Khan has overruled the elite. And they have lifted the suspension of Britt Baker. So, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Britt Baker on screen. No pop. No pop when they brought her up. Ooh, that's a shot at MJF. Mercedes Moné single now. Get her, Alex. Yeah, that poor boy didn't stand a chance. He held on as long as he could. And I'm sure he's a great guy, but let's be real. Mercedes walking out for sure. Ricochet versus Sammy Guevara, 5-0 AEW. Kinda, yeah. Okay. 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 Sorry, folks. I'm just taking this in. Come on. You got a pop for the DMD. Okay. Good promo by Britt, basically saying, and I'm coming after you. I got a week to figure out what I'm going to do to you. Sasha's selling it well. Camille did her job tonight, introducing herself to AEW as a badass. Not bad. This is actually one of my favorite segments of the show. As AJ's like, this is sad. I can't tell you the last time I watched the whole show that's sad. Look, I got a brother who's a diehard AEW fan. Would have ran through a wall for an AEW t-shirt, and he gave up. He gave up. He tapped out. Tapped out on AEW. It's insane. He's like, dude, I can't watch it. Makes me feel fucking dumb. As now we are getting another. Did we not already get this? But anyway, we're getting a Bryan Danielson package, ladies and gentlemen. Get in that chat. We got 136. I want to see 150. So if you can hear my voice, go get a friend. And if you haven't hit like yet, make sure you do so, as I think we're at 99 likes. Let me double check. Greedy fucker. 98. We lost one. Bastard, who took their thumb back? Ricochet versus Sammy. I guess. I don't care about Sammy Guevara. Sammy's done nothing for me. Yeah, Sammy's a good kid. But Sammy's generic wrestler number 7. Like, Sammy's another guy that just goes out and yeah, he can jump off shit. It's not cool. It's not a big thing. He's not overly over. He's not a great promo. He's not a big guy. He doesn't scare me. He's the type of guy that, smack the shit out of you. You're a little guy. What are we doing? Listen, I'll be honest. I thought that was one of the better segments of the night. Every week, she's delivers the same promo. That's her boss's fault, AJ. Mercedes sucks bad. At least they're digging into the heel and not trying to sell us on babyface Sasha. It's too fake, too pretentious, too arrogant. Naturally, ask her poor ex-husband. Mercedes is there. See, if she wasn't a snack, would you still give her high marks on her performance? AEW has like 20 people missing in their roster, at least. Okay, hologram is meh. Why is hologram a thing? 77, 80% saying no. 75, it's fluctuating. It's close. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the hologram thing, I don't get. I don't get this. I read the thing about like this is Tony's brainchild come to life. This is literally his creator wrestler here. I know who it is. I think others know who it is. A lot of people seem to know who it is. But what, like, hearing Tony Schiavone, like, a hologram's going to change AEW. How? What are you going to do with them? CEO needs to go away. No, you need her to be a legitimate heel. It will make the chase of a baby face good. You just have to put it together properly, not fuck around, and just continually have Sasha find shit ways to win. And it will work. You got to let her be a heel. You got to tell that story. You got to let Camille be a factor. And you got to have baby faces like Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, whoever else, challenge her and fail. I don't think she needs to go away. I just think she needs to be booked properly. I'm sure the EVP Bucks have to have a board meeting with Tony and vote. It's fucking stupid. This whole thing. Oh, that's what I was going to laugh about. So if you're watching that segment with me, Tony Schiavone stands up and says to Sasha Banks, Christopher Daniels just told me that that Tony Khan told him. They're all in the same building. But Christopher Daniels told me that Tony Khan told him to tell you. The fuck? Just have Britt come up on the screen and say, "Ha, bitch, my suspension's over. Hi." What the fuck are you doing? And this weird fucking Tony Schiavone, Britt Baker thing is weird. It continues to be weird. But yeah, just have Britt pop up. That's all you had to do. Well, Christopher Daniels, who's got a fake role that we going to only use sometimes, said that Tony said, "The fuck are we doing? We playing broken telephone?" Sammy Guevara, Britt Baker are TK's favorites. Orange Cassidy's on that list. What do you guys think about the rumors that Britt Baker and Adam Cole are no longer together? Jeff Jarrett is main eventing, yes. And he's going to, I don't know how this is going to play out. Pardon me. This is Elder Abuse, Chair Creed. Sasha still sucks. Overrated. Overrated for sure. So now we are getting a replay from the international battle that took place between Ishii, Lee, and Cesaro. So Claudio gets the win. Ishii's pissed off. Okada. Okay, wait. So Claudio's the number one contender for Okada's title. Woo, okay. Sup? Orange Cassidy is meh. He is. As we got Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat. When I was like grade 1, grade 2, man, and he would come out blowing the fire. It was the coolest shit ever. But Ricky's here. I don't know why he's here. Not sure what's up with this. Don't care. Orange Cassidy's man. Orange Cassidy to me is like the New Day. You've just seen them so much for so long. Like if Orange Cassidy went away for 6 months, we didn't see anything from Orange Cassidy for 6 months. The pop when he returned would be huge. But Jericho, constant for 5 years. Bucks, constant for 5 years, minus suspension. Orange Cassidy, constant for 5 years. Like everything, you need to cycle things in and out. Right? When you're playing a shell game, it does. Oh, shit. Jeff Jarrett jumps Danielson, and I thought, okay. Karen's here. Jay Lethal's pleading with them because, again, another group of heels that don't know how to be fucking heels. Yeah, it's comedy in the sense of we're not laughing at the right things, though. When they're trying to be funny, we're not laughing. When they're trying to be serious, we think it's hilarious. And we got a ringing of the bell. And I will admit, no, they're not in Greensboro tonight. I fucked that up. But the crowd has been absolutely quiet for the better part of 45 minutes. Not sure why you feel bad for Charlotte. Maybe JJ can marry Monet. Okay. Top dollar is going after. If this was true regarding Britt and Adam, what in the blue hell happened there? Shit happens, man. Heartbreak's a real thing. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with Adam Cole. Like, does anyone know why did we do the wheelchair spot with Cole if Cole was not ready to come back? Like, you go back through our live streams. That night, we popped. Oh, my God. Cole's got out of the chair. Never saw him again. But they are fighting up the stairs because why not? Out to the concessions we go. Let's see how well I know Tony Khan. TK knows how to book Jeff Jarrett. Fucking hell. Mercedes Moné is my favorite woman in wrestling. Yeah, but for the wrong reasons, Damien. You think she's cute, which is, again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I think she's overrated. I'm not saying she sucks. I just don't think she's as good as she thinks she is. And I don't give a shit that her cousin Snoop Dogg. Would you say that Sammy Guevara being gone from Dynamite is due to Monet being there? Why? Oh. Well, he just came back and they don't put him anywhere near Dynamite. I've almost let that slip right by, TK. As we are now in the arena, and Jarrett just chucking garbage at Daniel. All right, more garbage. As this has officially become garbage wrestling. Daniel's got a beer. I got my beer. That's a very interesting dynamic to dive into. I'd be very curious if there was any conversations between TK and Mercedes about the how comfortable she is with the situation. As Danielson dropping yes kicks and a bottle to the head. People really believed Vince was going to pay Mercedes more than Charlotte. Please. Not just Vince. I mean, again, there's a pecking order for the reason. And right now, be honest. If you signed Mercedes Moné to WWE and you were the boss, how many women on the current WWE main roster would you slot higher than Mercedes? Realistically, in my head, there's about 6, 7, 8 women that are better promos and better in ring than Sasha Banks and more durable than Sasha Banks. Suplex on a garbage can. But that's my honest opinion. Like, how do you give her Charlotte money? She's not as good as Charlotte. Shit, she might not be as good as Tiffany. Maybe the CEO needs to be repackaged. Same gimmick, just worse. That's the problem, is a knockoff, a recycle. Look, we joke about it here on the channel, Lady B, and good to see you, by the way. Again, people can mimic. People can try and replicate, but it's never as good as the original. And that's part of this problem, is if you are a Sasha Banks fan, you're now seeing this Walmart brand version of her, and it's not the same. If there was a Star Wars show with Jar Jar Binks and Mandalorian, they will love Jar Jar. Mr. Quake, thank you. All right. Are you referring to Sasha as Jar Jar? Because that's hilarious. As we go to picture in picture, I'm getting a commercial for Alien Romulus. We really are out of original ideas in Hollywood at all. Did we fire all the writers? Does anybody write anything in Hollywood anymore? Anyway, back to the point. Jarrett and Danielson are fighting back into the arena, or back down the stairs, as we are in picture, folks. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you are at least finding some stuff to like about it. But it's been a wild one here tonight. I don't even know how to assess this one this week. It's weird. Nick Khan is better. Nick Khan is a monster. I don't know much about the man, but everything I read and everything I understand, this dude just fucking makes deals happen. Just whatever it is, he's got the answers. What's the list? Give us your list. All 8. Becky and Bailey worked hard. What list you want? Bryan Garcia, welcome. The list of women? We could probably get that. C. Henry, look at all these. To be honest, Sasha Banks was a part of 2 of the greatest women's matches in WWE history. Honestly, you were. And again, that's what I said. She's not bad. Like, some people are like, she needs to quit, or she sucks. When she's in there with a good talent, she brings it. Like the Bailey Sasha Banks stuff was amazing. Sasha Banks Charlotte, amazing. But there was a reason why Sasha never had those longer title runs. A, she got hurt a lot. B, she's just not the star that she thinks she is. She's good. She's just not as good as she thinks she is. Alien is awesome. Thank you for that. Robert, I hope you're doing well, sir. Crowd is quieter than George. He was actually needed to be a little quieter. If you remember, he got caught. So not quite enough. I used to be, I hope Shane saved AEW. Man, it would be so funny just for something like that. Something. I would love for, honestly, You want to know what I would do, Mr. Henry? If I had the opportunity now, this is what you do. You have Shane go public and say, oh, yeah, I met with Tony Khan, but the guy's crazy. The guy's vision of wrestling sucks. His company sucks. It's Mickey Mouse, da-da-da-da-da. And just let that fucking float out there. And then you let Shane circle into everything. And Shane becomes a part of it, of the anti-AEW. Everything that the fans are saying as far as the booking's bad, the company's bad, the blah, 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 blah. You have Shane say all of that shit and go to war with TK. Maybe with Shane involved, there's some hope that there will be a level of good storytelling and professionalism to it. Previously, the Elite versus Tony Khan has not worked well. You're welcome. Sort of Wrestling for Life. Sort of what? What the fuck? She's worse than Ronda Rousey. Not true, Mr. Quake. Ronda Rousey's garbage. Ronda Rousey's garbage and has a shit attitude on top of it. South Pacific title in AEW, that sounds like a good idea. It actually sounds more of a WWE thing, to be honest. But yeah, TK, you're known for your title love, my friend. So if we can hook you up with some ideas for more titles, maybe every country gets a title. Like, you know, we'll have mini little tournaments and we'll break it down. Comparing Jar Jar to Sat. Gotcha. Took me a minute, but I got there. My guy. Reading on the fly. As right now, Jeff Jarrett is in control of Danielson. And if you haven't made a prediction, you can, but I'm really curious. This show has been disappointing. It's odd that the Elite hold 3 belts, have missed 2 weeks in a row. Doesn't work for me, brother. Who are the Elite fighting at All In? Anybody? Who are the Elite? What's the big rivalry with the Elite right now? That's my question. Lola Vice is a modern-day Eddie Guerrero. Holy shit, Mr. Quake. That is a bold statement. I wouldn't go that far at all. Tony Khan, hey, the fans want Ricky. Let's give them Ricky. Steamboat! But what is Ricky adding to any of this? Like, you got Ricky calmly, quietly. No offense to the legend. He's an OG legend. But what does he do? Like, he's on commentary. Why? Callis was on commentary tonight. Jericho was on commentary tonight. Everything is so fucking messy. What is the point of Ricky Steamboat on commentary right now? Latina heat. No, she's all the heat. But in name only. Nostalgia. We'll take it. Cesaro Okada. Facts. Interesting. I like the fact that Cesaro's getting a chance at Okada. Okada hasn't done anything to impress me in AEW. And I like Cesaro. I'm hoping it's a good match. Wasn't it the Acclaimed? But the Acclaimed are fighting with FTR. So is it going to be the Acclaimed, FTR, and the Bucks? But where the Bucks been? The Bucks haven't been here for 2 weeks. So we don't know who they're feuding with. Right? The Acclaimed are mad at them. They went into Blood and Guts mad at them. Are they still mad at them? I'm all ears. I'm curious. And I will thank you for getting us over 100 likes on the stream. I appreciate it. I really do. Woo. Okay, so Danielson's career is on the line. See, even this part of the fucking story has been complicated. I'm going to tell you what Excalibur just told me. Bryan Danielson's career is on the line at All In. What they said in the interview and what some people have implied is that Danielson's done. Even Jimmy Cornette believes that he's done no matter what. If Danielson wins, he's not retiring, guys. His career is on the line. Is anyone else confused by something very fucking simple? Like, how do you fuck up that stipulation and have people scratching their head? Right? You used to scratch it like this, and you got to be doing this. Fucking hell. I remember prequels was hated. Yeah. And we do better. Lately, look, in all due respect, Jim Cornette's the reason why I started doing shit. Actually, to go against them because he hated AEW and I loved AEW. How ironic is that? But as much as Corny doesn't cut up the shows the way he used to, I think Corny's kind of over it. I feel like lately Corny's been mailing it in, and I don't give a fuck what he thinks. The man's a legend. Again, started doing social media wrestling content because of Jim Cornette. But as a fan of Cornette and the experience, I feel like the last 2 months, he's just been like the shows are meh. Maybe because the wrestling's been meh and he hasn't had a lot to get like good and mad about. But we do a much better job of picking this shit apart. And we're actually paying attention. How often are Jim and Bryan sitting there going like, I don't know, who's what, where? Yeah. Uncle Dave will go crazy because Y2J was mentioned. That guy can go shag himself. Shivani is so bad. Who's worse, Shivani or Excalibur? Oro Mensa is the modern jobber. Fair enough. We got yes kicks. Jarrett ducks. Going for the figure four. And he locks it in. And the most noise the crowd has made in 45 minutes was woos as the figure four got put on. Yeah, just a fan, just a big deal. Oh, we got like, how much did Tony Khan pay you to be here tonight? And what for? North Carolina, thank you. And Ricky is in North Carolina hero. Yep. As Bryan Danielson using the chair to break up the figure four, to which Excalibur says, what an inventive way to break the hold. Oh, okay. Inventive. Yeah, that was genius. Beat the man's leg with a chair. Easy pay. Oh, yeah. People love Tony for that. You look at all the people, the Big Show, Mark Henry, and I'm not knocking them. This is not a negative on them. But look at the long list of people that went over there and just took the paycheck and did nothing. Nothing. That's what the best part of a money mark is. He's got plenty of money and he's a big old mark. Couldn't save the planet. Mox is on vacay, which is good for Mox. Mark Henry's son is the future. Could be. Ricky was from Hawaii. I feel like they introduced him from. Did they introduce him from Hawaii? I feel like they introduced him from Vegas. Disney makes girls smart, but guys dumber. Facts. TV in general have done that for a long time. Puff Patch, I like Jim, but as much as I like Jim, but about as much as Kenny. Okay. KJ, curious to know how long does it take you to grow your beard out like that? It's always like this, so I can't give you a definitive answer. It grows pretty fast though. It's a pain in my ass. Yeah. Again, if you go back through some of the tapes, it gets real big. Doesn't necessarily take a whole lot to get big and poofy. But thank you for that question. I wish I had a better answer, but this whole situation's been happening for like 14 years. So Excalibur commentary sucks. It's fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. I could do it blindfolded better. And Danielson gets the win in a very boring main event. And he's holding the knee. Anyone else predicting an overrun and a brawl at the end of the show? Well, we're already into the overrun. And here comes Lethal. Here comes Karen. Here comes TNA 2009. Here comes Yuta. If Excalibur stopped trying to fly through breaking down next week's show in a full minute every Dynamite, that would be wonderful. Again, I could do Excalibur's job blindfolded and not well, but better than he does. It's fucking brutal. Like dumb shit. Oh, that's so inventive. He was in a hold and hit a man with a chair. Can't believe he figured that out. Remember, Mark got over with it's time for the main event. I miss it. I miss that. Sorry, I was reading this. As now Steamboat's in the ring. Okay, what the fuck? Steamboat's coming to like Jeff Jarrett is gushing blood from God knows where. Is it his chin? I think this, yeah. It's time for the main event. But then they stopped it because he was told it was overshadowing the wrestlers he interviewed. Yeah. How fucked is that, kid? That's insane. That's a wrestler issue. That's a booker issue. If the man simply was saying it's time for the main event is overshadowing your talent, you got a fucking problem. That's like firing Bruce Buffer for overshadowing the talent in the UFC ring octagon. The fuck are you talking about? So Ricky throwing up Jeff's hand, throwing up Bryan's hand. Now Jeff and Danielson, like, they're hugging. Like, this is not like a long-standing emotional, personal thing. They didn't even interact till a week ago. But here comes Swerve, or Nana, at least. Tomorrow is the Dirt Sheet debate. Yes, it is. And thank you so much, Kid Rivos, for the super chat. 6-0, 4 out of 10. We'll get back to that. We're not done yet. We have an overrun for nothing. For nothing. That was a banger. Keyshawn, the only bang in that match was the guitar on Danielson's back to start the match. Swerve was interviewed by JR. Yes, he was. This has to be the most boringest AEW of all time. Maybe not of all time, but it's not a great one. It's sloppy. That match happened. Fact. Most likely gone. Going to be the Acclaimed. That's who's going to be feuding with lately. So, Torso, is it going to be like, are we going to do a trios triple threat and a tag triple threat? Both at All In? So Swerve organically became babyface, been in weird angles leading into this, and now he's being really heelish. Oh, wow. Okay. Bruce. Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer. Steamboat, go collect your paycheck, man. Yeah, I don't get the whole, what was the fucking point of any of that? Cornette should just show stuff from his attic. That's the fascinating stuff. Yeah, I almost feel like he's tired of bitching about the same things. Like, he needs a break from fucking doing what he does because it's been so long. Yeah, I feel like they've been mailing it in for a little bit lately. What is this shit? Like, the crowd is dead. Do you guys remember we saw CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew in the ring this on Monday, and the crowd was going fucking nuts, wouldn't be quiet. Everything they said, the crowd responded to. This is the opposite of that. I mean, I think he done no matter what. Oh, they're not clear. Like, do you understand? Like, they're literally not making the stipulation clear. SS a heel. 6 out of 10. He's a heel with a baby face manager. It's the weirdest shit. Oh, Yuta stepping up, not liking what Swerve has to say. You want this shit? So we're going to get Swerve versus Yuta next week. There you go. Setting it up now, folks. Skirt. Okay. See? Whose house? Swerve's house. Babyface move. Heel attitude. Confusing psychologically for the fans. It doesn't work. It's not the way it's supposed to be. But a little bit of an anticlimactic end to the show tonight. Jeff Jarrett, Danielson. See, title versus career. So Danielson, if he wins, will continue to wrestle. Just for the record, that's how they're selling it. The last thing they said going off the air tonight. So if anybody like me was confused, title versus career. So if he wins, he is still going to compete. And it's not he retires no matter what. If he wins, he's going to have a run. 5 out of 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, AEW has finally gone off the air. We had about 8 minutes extra for nothing. You could have fit that within the 2 hours, especially with some of the shit you fed us tonight. Get in the chat. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. What are the pros? What are the cons? I am all ears. What are the cons? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Jesus. 4 out of 10. Interesting. 5.5 strange. 8.3 out of 10. Yeah, golfer. You might try and be a heel, but that's a stretch, my guy. 8.3 seems insane. AEW lacks direction. Yeah, that's an understatement. And again, sloppy. If you're sitting there at home right now going, that was a really great show, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you because you can get into what was just given to us. I can't. A lot of it insults my intelligence. But when you do, every fucking segment is the same. Every segment tonight, like every time we got a match, there was something after the match. Every single one up until the end. And the weakest one was Swerve and Danielson. Everything else was fights, and even the Acclaimed and FTR had to pull apart. Swerve comes out, cuts a heel promo, gets a babyface reaction, and we go home. Help me understand. What is Swerve talking about? Didn't Bryan win the world title? Win a world title. He's never had the world title in AEW. That's why they're going to let him win this match. They just want to be able to say he did it. So he's going to win it and probably drop it. He'll probably win it all in and lose it all out. It wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all. I'm curious, is the beard man? There's a funny answer to that, but it's no. 5.5. Swerve versus Wheeler next week. Cool. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Cowboy Page overrated he's from Halifax, Virginia. Adam Page was one of the best things on the show tonight. His promo was well done. It was one of the better parts of the show tonight. I don't mind him being a cowboy, but if you're going to be a cowboy, I don't give a fuck where you're from, but be a fucking cowboy. Like, buy in, okay? You can't be this wishy-washy, emotional, sad, depressed fucking cowboy. Like, be a badass. Be a fucking cowboy. Fuck some shit up. Kick some doors in. Chew some tobacco. Do something. Anything. 2.5 out of 10. Fuck it. This JV, that popped me. 1.0. Oh, ouch, Kira. AEW does not make sense. That's yeah, absolutely. 2, AEW should only book in the Midwest, Northeast, and England. I mean, we see what they're trying to do in Texas. I don't know. Again, I think Tony was a case of he was going to conquer it all, but he's getting himself in pickles. And tonight's crowd did not give a fuck about that show for the back half of that show. The biggest pop in the Danielson match was the woos for the figure 4 leg lock. And then Swerve getting, Swerve's house. Those were the two biggest pops in the last hour of the show. See, this show tonight was very similar to the show where we got MJF Ospreay Part 1. In the sense that the back half of the show was hot garbage. Jericho is like the catalyst for shit. Like the minute Jericho's on, the show is downhill, which is fucking hilarious because you think he would be the rock bottom. But Jericho always kicks off this weekly downward spiral. The difference between this show and the MJF Will Ospreay show is you had MJF Will Ospreay for an hour. They killed it. Then the back half of the show sucked. This week, the front half of the show wasn't good, and the back half sucked. And it really stood out tonight. After the superb Raw Monday night, to see AEW Dynamite, to me, is the worst show in professional wrestling. 3 out of 10. Philip, that's a valid argument. And again, we want to give them their flowers. The people out there that think the hate is just for hate, and they hate us because we're new. They hate us because we're... No, we are fans. I bought into your mission statement. I have supported your company for 5+ years. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Tony killed Swerve's babyface momentum. He's heel again. Yeah, and then but again, the mix, you can't do what they do. They did it with Jericho. Jericho goes heel, but the fans still sing the song. It's fucking stupid. Stupid. So he comes out with a babyface manager who gets the crowd dancing. Swerve Strickland should be the Jey Uso of AEW. That when his music hits, the crowd jumps to their feet and starts dancing. Should be like Joe Henry. Should be like Yeet. Should be like all of that shit. But instead, your booker fucks it up every week. And they put you in positions where people can't do that. They make you deliver promos that won't let you do that. You're out here acting like a heel so the fans don't cheer. The fans go quiet. And then when you cue them, oh, Swerve's house. Doesn't make sense. If you're a heel, then don't ask them whose house it is. You tell them whose house it is. And if you're a baby face, go all baby face. Stop, but your boss got to stop putting you in there with bigger baby faces. What the fuck are we doing? 1.5. Not even looking. I'm not convinced. Raw killed it. AEW killed me. AJ, I like that. That's fucking good. 6 out of 10. Who is going to be heel our face next week? Scrambled. It's Blender. It's booked by Blender. We figure it out as we go along here. That overrun was whack. By the way, folks, I'm going to say last call. I will get through the chat messages here. Stick around. Let me know what's on your mind. But I am getting close to the door. 5 out of 10. 3.7 out of 10. Con is the whole show. Yeah, it didn't go very well. Around the ballpark. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. 4 out of 10. 5.5. 2.5. Gunther Randy promo much better. All the promos much better. Crowd was much better. The energy was much better. The women's matches are better. There's no part of it that's not better right now. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like I said, my favorite part of the show, because it was done proper, was Sasha Banks and Camille. If you would have just changed, then you fuck it up. You Tony Khan it up by putting Tony Schiavone in the middle. Oh, Christopher Daniels told me that Tony told him, no, just have Britt up here, you dumb fucks. You are making your show worse. You got the right idea. And I've said this for months on this show. Tony has all the recipes, all the ingredients. Tony has all the ingredients for his recipe. He knows what he's trying to cook. He just can't figure out when to put shit together. He doesn't know how to mix shit, and he doesn't know the timing of everything, and he fucks it all up. He's got everything he needs, but he can't figure out how to bake the fucking cake. 4 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10. Very boring show tonight. 5 out of 10. Forward live. Stephen Smith, thank you. Jeff Jarrett is an anti-villain. Jeff Jarrett is a ghost. I don't know what the fuck Jeff Jarrett is. He's been a stupid heel, a playful heel, a comedy gimmick for 4 years. And then tonight, it's this. It's all confusing. Bill Burr should do commentary. It just been, well, what the fuck is this? Who booked that guy? 4 out of 10. Swerve is wrestling young while Bryan fights a senior citizen. Okay, kind of got you there, Chair. 3 out of 10. AJ, definitely Gunther. Damn it, before they went off the air, Danielson was going to say something, then Fight TV just went off. Yep, save it for later. Jericho out of 10. All right, I'll accept that. 2. Scratch that. -2. Oosh. 10 out of 28. What is this championship title around the line? 4. 5 out of 10. Nobody. Anybody giving it a good mark and can tell me why? I think my buddy Robert might have given it an 8. I'm just curious. What about this show? Listen, you can be an AEW fan and give it a bad mark. It doesn't make you a bad fan, to be honest. If Jericho didn't show up, the show would have been great. Jericho didn't show up, the show would have been better. This one sucked. I think Bryan will drop the title to Darby. Yeah, Bryan versus Darby at Grand Slam. Yeah, JV. I'm fucking with you. Bryan beats Swerve, and then, I don't know, Swerve and Darby run it back. James Storm's, yes, facts. Because James Storm didn't fuck around. James Storm was a badass. James Storm knew who he was. This whole emotional, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I feel. My friends don't talk to me. I used to like them. Then I hung out with these other guys, but they were weird. Fucking hell. Go to your therapist. Leave us alone. Didn't Danielson beat Paige for the title? No? I don't. Did he? I thought that was part of the story, that he's never held a belt. No, Danielson's never been world champ. Our Mercedes 1A DMD, great segment, and MJF, Kyle Fletcher, favorite match. Great match, best match of the night, good match. Didn't mind the spillover, even though it kind of didn't make sense. Like, Ospreay got locked in, but got out. They showed him getting out, but didn't make it to the ring very fast. I don't know. It was all fucked up. Don Callis being involved is watering this shit down. It's hurting it. Stop doing it. I think I'm going to go 5.5 tonight. 5. I'll go with you. I'll copy you, Damien. No one cares. 5 out of 10. I won't fail them because there was some stuff there, but definitely the back half of the show. So I'll give the front half of the show a passing mark, the back half of the show a failing mark. It's like Tony Khan, you need to take a breath. You need to find a way to do this better. And again, know what's going to happen next week, guys. Next week, we're going to get a match and a spillover. Match, spillover. Match, spillover. That's what's going to happen next week because that's how Tony writes angles. He doesn't know any other way. 5 out of 10 over emotional cowboy. Yeah, exactly. Being aligned with Callis is not helping no one. No, Callis is slowly becoming a fucking vortex unto himself. And he used to be a really good heel manager, but he's really fucking sucking lately because he's in nothing of value. And that's when we get bored with people, right? That's where you get the most bored with your favorite wrestlers, when they're not doing anything that matters. Oh, yeah, I love him. He's a really good wrestler. He has good matches sometimes. But he's not doing anything. Like even Callis. Oh, Callis is a dick. But I can't even get the energy to be mad at him because he's never here doing anything that matters. Oh, there he is with the screwdriver again. Oh, that's weird. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Why is he doing that? I don't know. You need to do important shit to make the fans buy in, listen, care, give a fuck. Woody is better. Pause. Callis looks like a Woody with that line down the middle of his forehead. Gunner, Sid meets Boss Man. What Meltzer blames on the flight delay for the bad ratings. Doesn't matter. You can put on a better show. And sure, a couple things might have got changed up, but figure your life out. And I'm so sick and tired of excuses. They shaved down the chair so it was less. Fuck off, Dave. That's my message of the night. Dave can shag off. I can't wait for Roman Reigns on Friday. Well, speaking of Fridays, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tap out, say goodnight. We will be back here on tomorrow. Tomorrow, Dirt Sheet Debate. We're going to talk all about tonight. We're going to talk all about this week. We're going to all talk about Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns and all the fun stuff and all the pay-per-views. We're going to have it out. We also have a special guest coming in our way as well. Friday, we are back for SmackDown, the return of Roman Reigns. And more wrestling than you can shake a stick at, folks. Make sure you be a friend. Tell a friend. Click all the buttons. Follow us on social. Click the merch. Go get yourself some t-shirts, some hoodies, some tank tops. Get a bucket hat. It's fun. They're cute. We like them. Jake Hager likes them. How could Jake Hager be wrong? But I thank you all for joining us. I thank you for being a part of this fun show, this crazy show. Tony Khan, you can do better, sir. Even you can do better than this. Tonight, not good. I don't care what the faithful say. Tonight, lacked. We deserved better on a Wednesday night, but we will have better tomorrow and the next day. Folks, once again, Thank you for joining us. And again, the nicest thing you could do is share the Wrestling for Life Network with all the people you know. And until next time, folks, I will see you on the flip side. Have a good night. I missed the button.